Hello guys, welcome to Dance IT Network. And for today's videos, we'll talk about Class D and Class E. Okay. These classes are commonly not being used in network configuration, but we still need to know um, what are these. Okay. What are the um, what is the use of Class D and Class E? Right. So let's go first on the Class D. So Class D, its IP address, it's range from 224.0.0.0 up to 239.255.255.255. Okay, so range is from 224 up to 239, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.255. Okay, well, if it's a Class D, it doesn't have an available networks. Okay, so because if it's a Class D, it is only being used for multicast communication, and it doesn't have an available host per network. Again, because it's only for multicast communication only. Okay, well, what do we mean by multicast communication? Well, normally in Class D addresses, okay, um, they are not typically subdivided into networks or hosts. Okay, unlike on Class A, Class B, and Class C. Okay, multicast addressing is a method of sending data packets from one source to multiple destinations simultaneously. Okay, it is used for one is to many communication, right? Where a single packet is sent from the source to a specific group of recipients, right? Um, for those recipients who have expressed interest in receiving the data. And an example of a multicast communication is such as the multimedia streaming, okay, the video conferencing, online gaming, right, and certain types of data distribution. Okay, so that's all about for the Class D, right? And for the Class E, right, the IP address it starts from 240, then all zero, um, up to 255.255.255.255. Okay, so from 240 up to 255, and the subnet mask is all 255 as well. Okay, and is the same as on the Class D. Is there are no available networks, and there are no available hosts per network. Why? It's because this Class E is used for uh, experimental purposes. All right. Well, when we say experimental purposes, right? Class E addresses are reserved, right? They are reserved for future use, and they are not typically used for standard IP address purposes. Okay, and originally, Class E addresses were set aside. All right, so they were actually set aside, right, for experimental purposes. Well, they don't actually exist, but they fall under experiment, which allow our researchers, our developers to experiment with, let's say, new networking technologies. Then they can use this IP address to experiment, right? And most likely, Class E is a reserved IP addresses. So we cannot use them on a network. Okay, it cannot be a host, and they are not routable, of course, since you know what, we cannot use them though, of course. To make it simple, they are useless as of now. All right. Well, that's all about the Class D and Class E.